Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Automation Testing Insider. So this is the seventh part of Jira series, and today I'm going to talk about issues in Jira. So in the last video we have seen agile methodologies. Now today we are going to talk about what are the different types of issues we have in Jira and how to create them, and how to create the custom issue type as well. So let's have a look the agenda for today. So I'm going to talk about what is an issue in Jira and what are the different types of issues we have, and how to create an issue in Jira, and how to set up custom issues. And at last, we'll talk about issue lifecycle, right? So this is what we are going to discuss today. So let me take you to my Jira account where we'll see the practically what are the different types of issues we have in Jira. Correct. So let's get started. So this is my Jira account, guys, and I have already deleted all the projects. So I'll show you from beginning as well how to create the projects and how to set up different Jira, how to customize and how to configure those issues in Jira, right? So simply click on create projects. You can click over here, or you can go from this menu as well, projects, and here you will see you don't have any projects. So simply we can click on this create project. Now software development, we have to select a project template, software development and Scrum project, and you'll get template like this where it is the part of Jira software product, and we have issue types. Here you can see epic, story, bug, task and subtask. So these are the different issue types which we are going to discuss now. And workflow, the particular issue types having these kind of workflow like to do, in progress and done. This can be customized as well, which we are going to discuss in coming videos, right? So simply click on this use template. Now here we have two types of project, team managed and company managed. I'll talk about both of them. We'll create both the projects and I'll show you the difference between them. So basically the difference is like in team managed, what happens is we can do the configuration at project level, right? We can set up, we can add new issue types at team managed. If I talk about company managed, so it will be done, the configuration will be done at across like the complete account level, right? So it will be applicable, let's say we do some settings, then it will be applicable mostly in most of the places. It will be applicable to all the projects, and you can just go through what is the exact difference. Like anyone on your team can set up and maintain by your Jira admins only, right? So this is what they talked about, team managed and company managed. And today I'll show you in terms of like how we are creating, how it looks when we talk about Jira issues, right? So let's create two projects, one company managed and another one is team managed. Company managed. Here, let's say my project, my new project, and company managed. I'll give proper name so that we can understand later on. Company managed, my new project, and the key will be generated over here, MC. Here you can see template and type. Simply click on next, and you'll see the project has been created. So you'll see all the options over here which we discussed, I think, last to last video, about what are the different options we have: timeline, backlog, active sprint, like this. We don't see a few options whatever we can see here in team managed. You don't see there. So let's create that project as well. So from here you can see one project has been created, my new project, company managed, right? Click on create project again, software development, Scrum, use this template, and team managed. So this time I'm clicking on this selected team managed project. Here I'll give my new project and team managed project, team managed, right? And here key has been generated, empty. Empty, and click on next. Now here project has been created. Now you can see here, let me open that in new window so that you can understand better. Company managed in new window, and this is team managed. So here we have timeline, backlog, board, and you can see in company managed, we can see active sprint as well. Reports are also not there, so I think we can add the view from here, but this is what the default screen we can see in team managed. Okay, now let's talk about first this company managed, because most of the time, like whenever we work in real time, so we create company managed project only, right? So if you click on this create button, so here you will see different issue types. So what are the different issue types? So create button to create any issue. First of all, let's understand what is an issue. So issue is nothing but an entity in Jira tool where it is helpful for the project workflow. Create an entity like epic, user story, or task, right? Or we can say bug. So that will be helpful in the project workflow. That is nothing but the issue in Jira. So everything whatever we create over here, whether it's a user story like story, task, bug, or epic, everything will be considered, or we can say issue in Jira, correct? So here you can see create issue dialog will be open here in this window. From here we can create the issue. So let's talk about what are the different issue types we have in Jira, right? What are the major and most important issue types we have? Like these are the major issue types we have in Jira. So let me talk about them a little bit so that you can understand better, right? So let's say we as a software company, we are developing a new software or new website, and this our website we are developing, and let's say we are creating an epic. Epic is nothing but large amount of work. Okay, so we can say, let's say login page development. Login page development, this will be nothing but an epic here, which is large amount of work, right? Which involves like different front end and back end activities, right? So login page development is nothing but an epic. Just this is just for an example. Now inside login page development we have two things: UI development and backend development. UI development, and another thing is backend development. So we can consider this UI development as an user story, as a user story 1, and this is user story 2, right? So similarly you can create, when you divide the task into different smaller units is known as user stories, right? Or business requirement, correct? So login page development is a big task. From there we are creating different user stories. For our example, like UI development and backend development, two user stories we have created. Now inside UI development also, like we'll divide the task. So we have four types of issue types, right? We have epic and story, task, and bug. These are the important issue types we have. So in UI development, let's say creation of or development of username password field, username password field, and logo, creation of logo. We have different other tasks like different hyperlinks on login page, right? So these are the different activities we are performing as part of this user story. So this is what we can say, like task 1, task 2, task 3, like that, correct? Similarly for this backend development also we have different other activities, so those will be considered as separate tasks, right? And bug is nothing but failure or defect or issue, incident, or production issue, anything like that. So whatever problems we have, we'll create, and we create a bug in Jira. That is nothing but the bug issue type. So these are the different issue types, guys. Epic, story, task, and bug, and these are all parent issue type. Parent issue type. And let's say we have subtask also, right? So subtask will be considered as that will be inside a task tab, task issue type. So that will be considered as child issue type, subtask, right? So these are the different issue types we have, and yeah, this is how we can create the issue type as well. From here we'll create the epic. First we'll create the epic. From there we'll create different user stories, and then we'll go for uh, some other user stories and some other issue types, right? So let's say we are creating this login page development, correct? So and you'll gives this is the summary of the issue, and here you'll give some description. So let's say login page UI development, login page backend development, logo or uh, UI is done, login page development. We'll give some more description over here, hyperlinks, right? And logos on login page, like that. You need to give some description of the particular user story, whatever you're going to create over here. Issue type epic, and then we'll give these the status of the issue type, and this is the summary. And here if you have any parent issue type, then we can give over here as well. And here we have the priority, what is the priority of this issue type, correct? And labels also, we can give some labels as well, like let's say this time I have created like login label, right? And which issue it is blocking, we'll talk about this, like how we are linking the issue. Right now it's fine, no need to understand, otherwise you guys maybe get confused over it if you talk about it right now. So assignee, whoever you are going to assign, you can just give the assignee name over here. Simply click on create. So this is how you can create the issue in Jira. So you can see changes are saved, but issue isn't visible. So simply click on this view issue. Now here you can see the issue is visible, right? And another thing is like from where you can get this issue type, right, which we have created. So go to timeline. So here you can see in timeline, whatever like epics are there, it will be displayed over here, like login page development. So we can create different user stories inside this epic, right? Or if we can create separate epic as well, like let's say sign up page development, press enter. So this is how also you can create the epic from here. And using this plus icon, we can create what are the user stories are there inside this particular login page development, right? So in this case, like UI development, and enter backend development. Like this we can create different user stories inside this. Now if you go to backlog, you will see all the user stories over here. You don't see epic over here, right? So you can see two user stories in the backlog, and when we drag it to here in the sprint, then sprint will be visible here, and we can start the sprint. Right now it's disabled, right? So we'll talk about sprint later on. Sprint is nothing but the release cycle where we are going to release our software, right? So we'll talk about sprint cycle later on. In this particular video, we are going to talk about issues only. Now we talked about this project only, right? Company managed, correct? Inside that we have 4 types of issue types, correct? Now from where we can configure these issues, right? So this company managed at a global level. So you need to just go to this settings icon over here, and you have this option called issues. Configure your issue types, workflow, screens, custom fields, and many more. So just click on these issues. Now you can see here whatever the issue types we have, like epic, bug, story, task, subtask, right? But here you can see only 4, correct? Task, story, bug, and epic. These are the parent issue types. So that's the reason you are able to see these. When you create task issue type, then inside that you can create subtask, right? So that's the reason it is not showing over here. And you can see default issue type scheme, it is showing here, related schemes. So there is how we are going to configure our issue, that is nothing but the scheme. Now here you can see MC, the project key is MC over here, right? my new project underscore company managed MC. So you can see automatically it is coming over here, MC Scrum issue type scheme. So this is issue types. You can create an issue type, new issue as well. Let's say suppose we are going to create an issue from here. Let's say I'm going to create defect type of issue type over here, correct? So to raise the defect, you can give some description over here. So this is how we can create the custom issue type as well from here, right? So add issue type defect, and to raise the defect, and you can add some more description over here. And these are the levels, like standard issue type level 0 and -1. If it is inside that, then we have to give -1. Simply click on add. Now you can see this issue type has been added over here. Now you can configure this issue type as well. So simply click on edit, and you can select the image as well. Click on select image. You can see this issue type coming over here, defect, and description of the defect, defect issue type. And from here issue type avatar, we can select the what is the image, right? So simply click on update. Now it is coming back to issue types. Now you can see defect, and it has been assigned with an icon, right, to raise the defect. And here beautifully description also given, a small description like epic. What is an epic? So a big user story that needs to be broken down, created by Jira software. Do not edit or delete, correct? And bug, there is no description over here. For defect which we have created, this is custom type. Story type is also given, like what is the description? Stories track functionality or feature expressed as user goals. Similarly for task and subtask as well. Now we have 6 issue types over here. Now let's see whether we are able to see that issue type or not, which we have recently created, which is defect one, right? So simply click on create, and you don't see this issue type over here right now, right? Why? Because that the issue type which we have created, defect, which is not assigned with the scheme type of that project. Here you can see the difference is like other issue types, we have this MC project has been assigned, right, scheme type, but here we don't have that. So what we need to do is we have to go to another screen, issue type schemes. And here what we need to do, here you can see scrum type issue type scheme has been created. This scheme has been already created when we create the project. This is the default scheme type, right? These are the different issue types we have, which falls under default issue type scheme. Now we have this scrum issue type which we have created new project, correct? And we can see all these issue types are assigned. Now we have to assign here the custom issue type. So how to do that? Just simply click on these 3 dots and edit, and here we have available issue types. So simply drag it over here and click on save. Now you'll be able to see, if you go to issue types, now it will be assigned to MC scheme as well, scrum issue type scheme, right? Now if you click on create, you will be able to see that issue type as well. Now you can see defect issue type over here, correct? So this is how you can create the custom issue type, and you can assign to your project. Now you don't see here, if you go to like issue types, you don't see the other project which we have created. We have created 2 projects, right? We have created a team managed as well. So you don't see team managed scheme over here. If you go to issue type schemes, right, here you don't see the project, the other project which we have created, team managed project. So how to do that? The settings of issue types inside their project. So let's go to that project first. My new project underscore team managed. When we go to that project, and if you click on create, we'll be able to see only 4 types of issue types which are default one, right? We don't see the new one here. So and how to assign new issue type over here in team managed? So simply you have to go to the project settings. We have down project settings, and just come down issue types over here, right? And here we have different issues over here like epic, bug, story, and task. Now here we can create the new issue type. So let's say this time we are creating test issue type, okay, or test plan, creation of a test plan. And we can change the icon from here as well and simply click on create. Now you can see here test plan has been created, right? And if I click on this create, now if you see whether we are able to see or not, so you can see test plan issue type over here. This is inside the team managed project, right? And you don't see the defect over here which we have created at company managed project, right? And in company managed project you don't see the this test plan issue type over there. So just go to company managed and simply click on create, and you don't see the test plan issue type over here. So this is how we can differentiate these two projects, right? And the configuration we can do at like how we can configure our issue types under the project level, right? And global level for the company managed project. So these are all about issue types, guys. And in coming days we'll talk about backlog, right? Backlog and how to create the sprints and all. So this is all for today. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.